What's up, gamers? It's me, your boy, Notepad Anon. I write games for fun, so what are we doing today? Well, we're going to be writing more Ludus Maximus. Even more sweaty men. So, Notepad did what is the classically referred to as an oopsie-doozy. And that oopsie-doopsie makes problems when I'm going to take a 5-minute nap and I get really comfortable and I just lean over and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll just close my eyes for a little longer, and then like 2 hours go by? Yeah, it's, yeah, no, it's, we made some issues. Yeah, there were some issues. So, hello, I'm here. I'm awake. You did the classic blunder. I know. I shouldn't do that, but I know I do because I am a hunk snoo maxer. But I did wake up early this morning, actually. I woke up very early this morning because I was like, I'm going to do something. And then I didn't do that thing, and then went back to bed. Didn't really sleep that well. Which is even worse, I think. Yeah, exactly. It's anytime, it's a very weird phenomenon. Like, anytime I'm like, I want to go to sleep, I can't. It is difficult for me unless I am prepared. Unless I lock the fuck in to honk snoo. Doesn't work. I'm gonna lay down for like 5 seconds because, you know, I'm just gonna lay down for 5 seconds. Then you just don't wake up. It's great. Lock the fuck in. He means high as a kite. Here's the thing. If I have like a way to make sure that I fall asleep. I have to do very certain things. Every day I wake up. But yeah, no, like I've got ways to go to sleep. You know, they'll be like, "Oh, get high with all the drugs." That helps. Don't get me wrong. That's one way, but I usually don't. I've been doing pretty good without it. I do have my melatonin that I take when I'm really not feeling great, but it is what it is. But let's go back to work. Yes, work. This is accounting day. Accounting in a few different ways too, because I can do that. First things first, let's do some quick fixing up here because Notepad realized something's broke. Yeah, let's see. We've got Culture of the Pit, obviously. So, if we go all the way down here, I have done some small additions and small reworks. So, I'm going to start from up here. I'm going to start from the top of combat because I think that's the most important. So, effectively, combat didn't really change all that much. I did some minor fixing. I did add all of these, though. All of the features are in. Some of them are pretty simple to understand. Hey, anytime, if you manage to defeat a gladiator, you get to take any piece of equipment from them. Doesn't matter what it is, you can take it. Hey, luck of the draw. You start with no weapons. You have to find one in the arena. Hey, you're all naked. What does this mean? You are equipped with you cannot have any armor or clothes on. You are completely naked. Hey, then you've got some things that are a little bit more like the Vanity Project, which is literally just, there's a we don't really know what's going to happen here. Just a Ludus has specifically requested this match. What could possibly happen? Which I'm going to actually put a big note. I'm going to put a footnote here. Nothing good. Nothing good. Nothing good. Hey, this is all men. You have to be all, you have to be all men. You have to be all female. Easy enough to understand. Hey, everyone gets jacked up. Everyone gets high as fuck, and there's fighting a lot more efficiently with more health, more fatigue, and more resolve. Hey, you have to use an action after any time you defeat someone. This doesn't mean a lot, but you have to do it. It is a forced action. Hey, also, flesh wounds. You can't kill anyone. If a gladiator is killed, all the reward is lost. Even by accident. Yes, even by accident. Just little things just to spice up the match. Venue got changed around a little bit, added a few different things, changed the movement points equation to dexterity +2. So if you have a dex of 3, dex +2, you'd have 5 movement points. Anytime you do something else, you are going to get some. Take my max strength pain quill, fucking painkiller ZZZ quill, yeah, real. I did add the concept of the zone of control. Zone of control is a pretty simple concept. It's I just want a hex map real. I just want a hex map real fast. So this is taken from Battle Brothers, which eventually this game has just become at this point, for some reason. So let's say you are here. The zone of control means if anyone is in here and tries to leave your zone, you get a free attack on them. This is to prevent people from just... The one thing I was worried is that you would run in, attack, and then leave. So this kind of locks people in place a little bit more. I did add a maneuver. I added the where is it? There's maneuver. Where is it? Escape. The escape action lets you leave, so you still can technically be a little asshole if you really want to, and jump in, do an attack, jump, and then try to jump out. That's still possible. It's just going to cost a lot more. Obviously, someone with very little armor but a lot of fatigue is going to be able to do that very actively. That's good. That kind of leads into the idea that, hey, some venues are going to have traps. These are how to trigger the trap. These are what the traps are, size 1 to 7, 1 to 3. This is kind of the idea of like what a size 5 trap might look like. So, hey, it's the whirligig. What does the whirligig do? You have to make a dex check versus 15, or you take 10 damage. Hey, it's a giant spike. It just impales you. Hey, rock falls. It'll probably kill you outright if you do not know what you're doing. Will there be any oil mechanics? Theodore von Rakshima. Turkish oil wrestling mechanics. Yeah, I mean, that's something that could always be a thing. That's one of those like vanity projects that you can put in, being like, oh yeah, no, it's just that. Be like, yeah, oil me up, have no fear. I'm like, oh. Yeah, I was looking around, I'm like, I need more traps. We couldn't think of any immediately, so this works. This did lead to how combat kind of works out. Most everything remained the same here from last time. I did rework how the attacks work. Mostly I came up with the idea of weapon techniques. One of the concepts in Battle Brothers is, let me see if I can find him. So in Battle Brothers, all of these weapons of the same class, effectively. So again, you got the idea of like bows, crossbows, etc. All of these do something different. All of them have different abilities and techniques on top of them. A sword and a hammer are still going to be one-handed weapons at the end of the day. However, the sword's got different ways of interacting with things just as much as the hammer. Maybe a two-handed weapon's got something very different, and so on and so forth. I'm going to be doing something similar to that to give weapons a little bit more leeway, and to make sure to have the grind up and down, if that makes sense. And when it comes to equipment variables, it's going to have a tag. So it's going to be like a steel sword. It's going to be a iron axe, a bronze hammer, a X that, X this. Pretty simple stuff, nothing too extravagant. Ranged weapons say kind of the same idea. Yeah, that's and I did put in the idea that no matter what, you can always use an unarmed attack, which also plays into the weapon technique idea. The idea being, no matter what, you always have the option of using an unarmed attack, and usually when it comes to its weapon techniques, which the unarmed attacks are going to have a little bit more, because that's going to be where your shove action is going to be. You got defense, obviously. Defense got... This has its own section now, just to make sure that it works. Again, Counter-Strike. The idea behind the Counter-Strike Global Offensive and Deflect is... Counter-Strike is your basic one. Hey, it's my parry versus your weapon specialization. I parry your blow, I get a hit on you. You know, that's kind of the idea. That's the, we are just raw rolling. This is pure, purely that. Deflecting means you get a +2 to it. You don't hit at all. You don't actually manage to get a counter hit on them. You just you get a bonus to deflecting. If you are fighting someone who's a lot better of a fighter than you, then go for deflects, because you are just trying to defend yourself. If someone is a lot worse fighter, then you go straight for counter strikes. Dodging is kind of dodge and stand firm are very dodge is kind of a universal one. It's entirely dependent on the weight of your armor. It's very good if you are very confident you suck. If you have really high evasion, then yeah, counter-strike and deflect may not be the best for you. On the other hand, maybe you do, like, if you're wearing really heavy armor, then standing firm might be good because you actually build entertainment doing that. Yes, in melee, actually I should say. In melee, you build entertainment. People get really entertained by the fact that you fucking stand there and get hit. You don't even attempt to block. You just say, hit me, and you hit, and they do no damage, and then you automatically parry back. This does lead to entertainment. Entertainment is a growing resource between both sides with its contribution. The idea being, everyone contributes by doing different things, and hey, you end up getting, everyone's much happier. If you do really good, you get a higher reward. Oh goodness gracious. The better you do, the more you get. Easy enough to understand. If you do really dog shit at your job, you might forfeit the reward entirely, or only get a half reward. Yeah, it's hard. Did you have to go with the Godbone concept? It's not going to be the Godbone concept, but it's going to be in the same vein. It's going to be Mickelvite. It's going to be literally the god of innovation made his own fucking metal that he makes shit out of. Animal monster combat rules. Yeah, animal and monsters are going to be a little bit weird. Which, don't worry, I have my own issue. The idea behind them is that they're going to have the same stats. They're going to have the same concepts. But they have a very set armor points, they have very set weapon types, which means they're going to have special techniques. A tiger is not going to be able to, fucking try to decapitate you, really. He's just going to hop on you and start trying to maul you, because it's a tiger. Like, animals and monsters have a lot less options, but they're just going to be beefed up. Because they're a giant fucking tiger, and hey, I know how to fight a tiger. Keep him at range. We don't have to worry about getting mauled by fucking tigers. It's things like that. One problem I've been having with that, to be honest, is I don't know where to put monsters and the predators, sapients, and monsters. I don't know where to put those. Because, in theory, they should go around here. in theory. However, this is the counterpoint. However, I don't like it applies to no one else except a single magister and except a single type of magister. Like, that's kind of the... It only really applies to this one, the Hunter's Pack. So I'm like, maybe I put them down below with a cost instead? Do I put them in, like, the NPC section? That's a question I have to literally sit for myself. And I even have to say, like, yeah, Beastmaster is purposefully a very weird class to play because that's kind of the point. Like, they are very bizarre to play because they are weird. Nothing really changed from the wound threshold system. I think this works pretty easily. Most people are going to be pretty normal in testing resolve. Nothing much changed here. I did add the idea of... I changed this is if you have... Instead of being a guy on your team dies, it's a guy from your of the same Ludus dies. So you put 2 or more of your characters in there, someone dies. That's bad. We don't like that. Kind of is going to trigger a lot less often, but should work. Kind of did the idea of the defeat conditions. Defeat conditions are pretty simple. Hey, if you take an injury, you lose first blood. Reach 0 flesh. Hey, you're rendered helpless and at their mercy. We got the mercy argument, kill or maim, things like that. Nothing much changed here outside of some wording. If I go all the way up here, did I change anything up here? No, I did add some artwork just to flesh some things out to make sure that it works a little bit better, but nothing too extreme there. Let me double check here. Yeah, all right. All is good in the metaphorical hood. So, the big things what we need to do today. We need to do post-fight results. And I've put the post-fight results as well as the betting section in its own little area. I'm like, I don't really know where else to put the idea of betting. After we get done here, technically we just have to do the Mask Festival. But we are not going to do the Mask Festival right away. We're instead going to go back to the Market District, do the Market District first. Then we'd go back to Mask Festival into the Menagerie. Which, like, the Menagerie, all of your other gladiators, all the other enemy gladiators are going to be following the same principle, same idea as your own. So I'm going to make just 20 generic gladiators. Like, this is just 20 generic dudes. And be like, you want to bring up, you want to make them something cool. Also, thank you there, Theodore von Rockesmith. Kind of the idea of, like, here's 20 generic guys you can slot in if you need them, rank them up as appropriate. If you want to make your own, again, it doesn't take too long to make any of these guys, to be honest. It takes 5 seconds. And that was kind of the point, is I didn't want them to take forever. Higher rank guys. I couldn't use my actual name. That some people can take advantage of more than others. There will be traps and stuff. There are traps. Traps are, where is the menu? Here's the idea of the trap system. It's not too advanced, but some of them are very amusing. Like, oh, people can take advantage of it a little bit more. It kind of depends on where they are and what the triggers are. Hey, at the end of every round, the trap activates. At the end of every round, giant spikes emerge from the ground. This is a problem. You should, hey, shove someone in. That was actually one of the reasons why I had an issue with the idea of unarmed, because I wanted the idea of, like, you could shove someone into a trap, have it go off and get them impaled or get them killed. That should be an option. Hey, if you're in a team fight, have someone camp the lever. Yeah, they're not going to be very popular, but yeah, have them camp the lever and then pull the horrifying, flame sprout. trap that light people on fire. Hey, that's something useful. That's something that people can use. Oh, that's the audience trigger. The audience triggers anytime entertainment increases or decreases, the trap activates. Anytime. And it could be multiple times. Yeah, just like, oh, multiple times per round. Most of them are like kind of, I wouldn't say one and done, but most of them are pretty simple to understand. But it's like, yeah, once per round. Oh, you increased their oh, good job, you increased their fucking thing. It goes up, flames emerge, and you get lit on fire like a dumbass. Like, because you didn't know there was a trap there or something. Yeah, like, good job, asshole. You lit yourself on fire. What now? And the fire one's pretty fucking dangerous. Because it's unblockable damage. Stun a man, then your entire party does nothing but Shova. Exactly. That should be an option. Quite literally, you can kick someone into a... What you should do is kick someone into a trap, do a showboat, and then have something terrible happen to him. That should feel good. That should be an option. On the other hand, they can do the same shit to you, and they probably are going to. Kicks you in, horrifying, things go. And that's one way of actually fighting a really heavily armored enemy that you can't really pierce the armor of very well. Important question, does it loop? What I should do is go off immediately, resolving its effects, and reset at the end of the round, which I'm going to... There we go. Yeah, you can't stun lock someone, luckily. Unlike a certain other game by Matt Colville, you cannot. There's not infinite Gmod stun loops. Like the special Colosseums, I might put like a thing at the end, being like, you want to do some like really special stuff. Here's how you make special venues and special arenas. Like I didn't know where to put the concept of like special events even. If I were to put like, oh, here are some special events, it would go after this being like, hey, there's just other events out there. But there's no stunning. There's infinite Gmod damage. Oil on fire. Yeah, it's... I kept the ones that were there just for the sake of ease. I might, again, just approach the masses and say, hey, what do you people want? See, the thing, there could be multiple triggers. That should be a thing. There should be the idea of multiple triggers going on. Which is, oh, hey, here is a trigger, for, you pull a lever and someone gets lit on fire. The crowd goes fucking ballistic, causing another trap to go off. Like, you can cascade and cause the entire match to become a shit show. And that should be interesting, and that's what I want to have happen. So let's see, we want to go down to post-fight results. So, post-fight results. Gladiator has... After a defeat, after the gladiators finish their fight, basking in the glory of victory or wallowing in the pits of misery after a defeat, they will... Yeah, again, you can do shit like that too, and just be a dick. Luckily, you can only roll for one feature, but you can make things a little bit hectic. Probably, if you want to see traps be used the absolute most, I would say a trap-filled venue with a sack the keep. Because what you should do with a sack the keep mission is quite literally on the platform, that's where all the levers and shit are. That is how you defend yourself with that. And be like, oh hey, enemies are approaching this area we need to keep. Pull the lever and then suddenly everyone's on fire and screaming. Be like, we're gonna win! Mind you, they're also, double your numbers. I have the ideas of what I want for the monsters. I feel like I need more. Inevitably, what I'll probably end up doing is putting out the question, being like, "Hey, what do you people want monster-wise in here?" Because like I have like a certain for like, oh, it's a tiger or something. Like, yeah, of course we want a tiger because tigers are cool, and. Oh, Jesus. Uh-oh. Have fun, asshole. Let's see. Basking in glory, victory, Wellington. They will receive their... they will receive their reward. They will receive their reward. Okay, so actually they will receive their reward. Gladiators finish the fight. Victory or walling in the pits of misery. While the will receive only half of the base reward afforded. Let's see. Will receive only half of the base reward afforded to them. Each gladiator. Let's see. Actually, I should say afforded to them after they have received their award. The cut occurs. The Magister will receive their cut of the reward, and the gladiator will keep the rest. For example, when dealing with a slave gladiator, freeman gladiator, and they win 500 gold reward. The Magister receives 250, and the freemen 250 themselves. Let's see, for example, dealing with Freeman Gladiator, and they win 500 gold reward. The Magister receives 250, and the Freeman receives 250. In addition to the monetary reward. In addition to the monetary reward, will receive fame equal to Let's see. Fame is a measure of how well known and... let's see. How well known and distinguished the gladiator... distinguished gladiator is. Yeah, let's see. During their career, the gladiator may reach different... certain benefits, as well as their own demands on the magister. So I don't know why I keep misspelling receive. Am I stupid? Probably. Okay. Kovefi. So... 2, 3... So if we say this is your fame, like this is your fame level, entertainment total, fame total, cut change, height change, cut change, height change, actually I should say upkeep change. Okay, so actually you would need to go down here. So if we remove this, so we do that, table properties, we go to 0.2. You all need to go to 0.7. Well, can we just do 0.7? Let's increase that just a little bit. So, fame level, fame total. So, we do how do I want to word this? What would be fame? Levels of fame. How do I measure the concept of the levels of fame? Let's think. What would we want to do? Societal rank, prestige, glory, celebrity. Societal rank. So it would be, if we do into the idea of like, here is celebrity. Like you are a noted individual. What we do? Celebrity, unknown. How would you word that? Homoeroticism. No, it's kind of the idea of like, you are a nobody. Like, you're a nobody. You have 0 fame total. You have 0 cut change, 0 upkeep change, 0 hype change. Everyone starts as a nobody. Nobody knows who the fuck you are. So it would be like niche fame total. Let's say you generate like 50 entertainment. This is across your entire career, mind you. Some people are going to want to build up that. So there, as a niche, you're going to demand 5% more upkeep change. They're going to want a little bit better, but they generate two additional hype at the start. So I mean, if let's just do like if you have what do proven? I'm curious. What do proven demand? Proven has acts for 60%, so we can go up to 40% more. So if we do like 10%, 15%, 20%, 25%, 30%. So the idea of like, if your proven gets to be legendary, they only pay you 10% of their actual winnings. That's all they pay. They just pay you 10%. What about negative popularity? Actually, we can do so you're gonna earn a moniker. There we go. Niche. So fame total. Let's do, I mean, we can just make this very linear, but like hitting this point is where things get difficult. We do something like so 50, 50, 50, 100, 100, there would be 150. Let's see. Upkeep change, it would be 15%, 20%. You just get lots. Height change. Yeah, they may hate you, but they will still want to look at you. Celebrity synonym. What's a good celebrity synonym? I guess we would do known. It'd be known. Your niche, your X, your star, celebrity, your heroic, your legendary. What would come after niche? That's the question. What would come after niche? Maybe worthy? Like that, maybe? Notable? Penjamdarum? Penjimrum. In a nonsense verse, Penjandrum. That's a stupid enough name that I can get behind it. Yeah, what are you? Ah, I've got my Penjandrum. You don't understand. My man over here knows what I am. It's hard not to be having to associate with the poroids. If I just do like one. Welcome to the wonderful world of having to fight with the fucking, yeah. Pangendrum. Like the idea of like the contender and stuff, like there's a couple that like we can use there. So let's do, and it's appropriate because you actually earn your title at that point. Let's see, increase their own demands. At certain points, let's see, at certain points, Gladiator will earn a moniker, a title of some. Other actions in the arena. Playing to the moniker. Plus 1d6 entertainment. No matter how vile it may be. Yeah, hey, if you get up to 100 fame, you know, people are gonna like you anyway, because, you know, it's like, yeah, you're a weird animal and people are disgusted by you, but that's the point. Actually, you know what we can do? These heels. Let's see. They gladiator going down this route assure themselves that they will never be popular in the eyes of the people. Defeating them in the inglorious combat does highlight the victorious nature of the winner. Such a monstrous brigand. Fame total nobody. Going to have the negative one. Which you are not going to. You're going to have a upcave. Let's see. We do 12, and then we do 15. Mm. Mm. Fame level times 2. So, to give you an idea, someone who's a complete fucking monster at, you know, like at this rank defeats someone who's a star. So that's rank 1, 2, 3. You get 9. Actually, I guess if we want to increase this, this would be 5, 7, 9. So that would be at 3. That would be 45 because you've killed someone. You've defeated. You are a complete monster and everybody hates you. This feels like WWE, but more real. Honest to God, that is what gladiators were back in the day, which is the funny thing about it. Which is, yeah, back in the day, that was... they were effectively that. Like, Mm. 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 Let's see. Nobody, miscreant, brigand, chaotic, wicked. Feat, fame bonus. So if you manage to defeat a Soul Stealer, literally Ultra Satan, you do get a shit ton more, you know, fame. You get super famous. But a Soul Stealer also has negative 500 fame, and he is a horrible human being, literally purpose-built to fuck you. Like, and of course, he gets rewarded more for killing heroes. That's the entire point. He wants to kill you. There we go. So actually we do post-fight results and betting. We want to do, so this is post 2, so we want to do while the gladiators fight below, while the gladiators fight below. It is the responsibility of the Magisters to play the real game, making money. One of the Magisters are expected to attend most events, if only to watch their brave gladiators do their best and collect their winnings. However, any magister who does not have a gladiator in the field is allowed to participate in the betting box. A known and often encouraged result of money and power is gambling. And at the start of every match, 2d6 plus is added to the pot. Let's see. At the start of every match, 2d6 plus 50 gold is added to the betting pot. Split between both sides. From there, the bets are then solicited. A chance of victory. As the pot grows in favor of one's. Let's see. So bets are solicited from the wild. After the match could actually, I should say. At any major moment during the match, such as a injury, failed resolve, a trap trigger, etc. Comes around for money. Determining the victor. When after the match concludes. Whoever wins after the match concludes. Whoever wins. Adding plus 2d6 plus 50 gold to the pot. Adding additional. After the match concludes, whoever wins will have everyone who receive an equal cut of the pot. Will receive an equal cut of the pot in favor of. Let's see. Whoever wins will have everyone who bet for them receive an equal cut of the pot. Then each of them would receive. Uh, 83 golden compensation in. Mm. 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 Let's see. So, let's say, for example, 2d6 plus 50. So, let's do... First initial pot is 58. Let's say there's 3 events that go on. So, 60, 55, and then 55. So, 3 major events that go on. And for my own sanity, I'm not going to attempt to do the math here because I'm very bad at math. I hate to break it to everyone, but as I've said before, I'm very bad at math. 170. Oh, actually, it's 228. So, we know that's 228. And let's say someone brings in puts 500 down, so it's 728. And let's say there would be a total of 6 people who contributed. 728 divided by 6, 121. The victor, whoever got, effectively made 120, plus 121 gold. Actually, no, it wouldn't be that. It would be 129. Yeah, it'd be 121. You'd be making 121 gold as you would get your 500 gold back. So technically, you put in 500, you get 600 back. Does this make much sense? No, it just makes sense for let's see. That should function. Yes. Magisters are player characters. The idea that it's effectively it could be one player in a fight, but all of the other players are literally in the stands, just betting on who's gonna win. that should be a thing. That's the betting box. Be no, pay out. Literally rig matches. Of course, plays. There we go. Actually, I'm going to bump this up to 100. I want to make this a little bit more enticing, so you can multiple people. 1,000 patrons. It begins at 1D. It begins at 1d6. It begins at 1d6. Each event. So it's a little bit of the idea of I should say, yeah, any magister who does not have a gladiator in the field is allowed to participate in the batting box. Ooh, did not mean to click that button. Nope, god damn it. Actually, betting pot, just change it to box. Betting box. There you go. So it's kind of the idea of the more events that go on, you're building the pot up, but there's more and more people joining in, meaning that everyone's gonna, oh wow, we have this giant pot, but there's a billion fucking people who participated in the pot, and we aren't getting paid. But again, that should be a thing of you rigging the vote. That is, like, how much, skullduggery in society frou-frou should the Magister and Gladiators be getting into? The Magisters should be worrying about that quite a lot. They are people who are fundamentally tied to the world in some manner. Because if we go to the backgrounds, you're part of an you are a dominus of an aristocratic family. You literally are just really rich. Hey, you are part of a culture lodge. You have issues there. You are part of the dominant religion in Rama-Istan. And because you are part of the dominant religion of Rama-Istan, it really depends on what people are playing as. Where it's like, hey, your group is 2 veterans cohorts and a slavers guildsman. That's going to be a lot different than, say, 2 free company men and a culture lodge. Like, yeah, okay, that's going to change up things quite a bit. And it also doesn't help that, hey, who are you actually? Hey, you are Chawan. You are a cat person. That's going to be a lot different than saying, hey, you are Seneca, or you are Xanadar, or you are a variety of different things. And kind of the story kind of molds around that. That's why it's kind of difficult being like, I don't know how your group is going to do. Your group may be something completely unique and completely nightmarish. But that should be something like, hey, you want to advance your position in society. Yeah, of course you bang one of the Council of Seven's, daughters. Hey, this is a disaster piece. This is going to end in poorly for everyone involved. You need money, or you need resources, or hey, someone wants you to throw a match so they make a lot of money, which is something that can happen. Throw a match. Well, we can't put on a bad show, so let's throw on someone clearly knew and we lost someone valuable, or oh hey, oopsie doopsie, something's going wrong. Let's see. So we've got the post-fight results. We've got our betting box. Actually, I should say. So during a there is, let's see, Rama-Istan. And not even the not even the safety of the arena can save one from the pit of vipers. That is the upper class. Yeah, a little bit of the idea there. It's just kind of like, this is just a thing. During a match, anyone can do things, which is encouraged. Hey, I don't feel confident I can win this match because I think someone's lying. I think this match is rigged for me to fucking lose. What do you do? Well, I know what we should do. I'm gonna fuck with them before they can fuck with me. 90 thinking here, make sure screw with everybody. That's kind of the point. Let's see. So, rock metal. Okay, post-fight results and betting. Okay. Okay, cool. We've got that. Now we are going to go back up to the market district. Yes, we're welcome back to the market district. And gladiators or servants to purchase gear. Purchase gear, supplies. Let's see, to purchase gear, supplies. Of running a market district. The market district. It takes takes up a massive space. Market district takes up a massive space in the the visitor entering city will see. Well, let's see. Market takes up a massive space in the city, being one of the first places the visitor entering the city will see. Whether it is open air, hawking their wares to closed, to extravagant, meticulously crafted goods and services. The market has something for everyone. However, when night falls, the Praetorian. Did I call them the Ordinators? I think I called them the Ordinators. No, they're not the Ordinators. What the fuck are they? The story of Thetos, Grand Seneca. The Arbiters. When the night falls, the Praetorians and the Coresian Arbiter and the Arbiters. Let's see. When night falls, the Praetorians Arbiters will clear out those without a guild license. Without a guild license and without a guild license, but this does lead to the night market in more residential spaces. Was sold out of homes or makeshift stalls. There we go. Yeah, the Arbiters are quite literally just giant metal men. That's kind of the joke. Nope. Pit talk. We don't want that. We want to go to the market district. Arbiters clear out, extravagant, visitors, necessities. You have to have a guild license. Guilds technically operate 24/7 because they're fucking guilds. Let's see, the market district. Well, inside the market, the magister may purchase their goods. May purchase the supply. Actually, we'll need to. No, we'll need to outfit all of their gladiators for the coming battle. So, first things first, we are going to talk about weapons. We're going to do heading 3 weapons. Words not weapons form the backbone of the arena. Weapons form the backbone of the arena. Let's see. Specialized license or knowing the right people. Running a Ludus by itself is grounds enough to purchase arms for their let's see, grounds enough to purchase arms. Each weapon has a damage type. Where did I put my notes? Hello notes. Hello notebook. Because I wrote all this down, mind you. So let's see, do I have... Nope, that's not it. Okay, so each weapon has a damage, cost. Actually, no, damage. As a type, damage. Actually, I should say hands cost. No, I don't need tags. Has hands. Let's see, each weapon has a type, damage, hands, and cost. The damage to... Actually, no. We want to do tag. Weapon type indicates what the weapon actually is, what the actual weapon actually is, as well as... what weapon techniques are available for it. The damage is how much... how much flesh the weapon will reduce should it strike the enemy. Hands and tags are a indicate the nature of the weapon, and the number of to grip the weapon, and any unique features, and finally the cost, of the weapon itself. And finally the cost of the weapon itself. So actually, we want to do hands range. Fuck. Such as the number of hands to use it, the range of the weapon, and any unique characteristics, it may possess. Finally, there is the cost. I should say, which is the base amount of gold the weapon costs. I should have my very long autistic rant on the nature of currency in here somewhere, but I don't know where to put it, I will probably put it over here. Autistic rant on currency. I'm going to bold that so I do not forget it. Okay, so we're going to do this. We're going to put you here. We're going to hit you. We're going to hit it with the melee button. Bring it down to 4. Okay. Insert table name, damage, name, type, damage, hands, range, tag, cost. Name, type, damage, hands, range, tag, cost. So, 1, 2, I'm gonna make that luxurious Roman. I'm going to select all of you, table properties, 0.03. I'm going to select all of you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to type in some nonsense here. 1, 2. Okay, so this is where things get a little bit persnickety, because I need to make this I want to do this in a very certain way, and I don't know how best to do it. Because I don't want to have a ton of different weapons, but I might need to. Let's see. I mean, what we can do is we can do just... No. This would be... I mean, if we have 3 tiers of each kind of weapon. So, just as an example, let's say we have a knife, which is dagger, 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 dagger. Just progressively better kinds of daggers. And then we would have 1-hand sword. Two-hand sword. Actually would be... No, that's... Unless I rewrite this section. From there, the actually, So now we get a very interesting situation, because I don't want to have like this massive weapon list, because what I'm thinking about doing is effectively you have a weapon plus a like weapon material, like a material in general, which just makes it better, and that's your actual weapon. So it's like, oh, you have a knife. Well, it's a steel knife. Steel knife is going to be a better weapon than an iron knife, which is going to be better than a bronze knife. which is better than a wood knife. Like a bone knife. Like, that's kind of the idea. Like, it gets gradually better over time. I mean, if we want to keep generic weapons. Yeah, I don't need that. Like, I need... You know we're getting desperate when we have to start citing, Let me check something. We needed to do... I want to look at this. Give me an OSR weapon list. Just to OSR, you know, OSR TRPG I should add, because if I don't add that, he gets mad at me. Like, Is this all you really need? I need just like a very... What am I looking at here? If I want to get like really simplified weapons, like let's think about this. What is the most basic weapons available? Like, just if I were to be the most generic dagger, one-hand sword, I guess I would do like short sword, long sword, battle axe, two-handed axe, two-handed sword. Actually, I guess you would do great axe, great sword, like a mace, and then we would be a great hammer. That's a weird way of wording it. Short sword, long sword, battle axe, great sword. I guess we would have a spear and a pike. What would you call a two-handed spear? I guess it would just be two-handed spear, which I feel like that should be a different name, but I don't know what else to call it. So two-handed spear. I guess that's it, really? Are we thinking of anything else? Like, pike? You know, pike would work, yeah. Like, what What other weapons are we thinking of? Actually, I guess we'd call it a warhammer. That would be a better idea. A warhammer. So, what are we thinking? I mean, is this the most generic? A Morningstar would just be a mace. Like, trying to think of like what would be the most generic kind of weapons available. We're just worrying about melee weapons right now. Let's... I guess we should add in a staff. So you have a staff. I guess a flail would be its own thing. I guess this is it. Like, this would be the quintessential melee weapon list. And like, this is all that it would be at the end of the day. So it would be a dagger. Like, this is all you really need at the most basic understanding of spear, pike, staff, flail. Like, what else would there be? Like, outside of these weapons, what are we thinking? Cudgel. Okay, like a trident. Trident would just be a spear. At the end of the day, a trident would be a spear. I'm trying to think of like very broad, very generic. Like, if you want to be like, my spear is a trident, cool, you can say that. That's fine. But like, how would you stat a trident to be different from a spear? I don't think you really could. How light we're making things. Gauntlets, that's not a bad idea, honestly. I guess that would also have to do unarmed. We'd have to put in unarmed as well. Right now, I'm just trying to think of like really basic stuff. I guess a whip would go in there. Like, I don't want to go anything too specific, because you get like, oh, it's like a Qatar. I guess like Qatar would be one, because it would be a blade. It would be a gauntlet with a blade. But I guess that would also just cover gauntlets. Yeah, I guess that would just cover gauntlets. Because I'm trying to think of very unique types of weapons. Because unarmed covers a lot of different things. So... because you're going to fight differently with a staff than a spear. I'm going to use the same moveset, but... that's a warhammer. It sounds better than great mace. Like, I don't know what you would call... what do you call a great axe? Like, what do you call a big fucking axe? Like... let's see. One-handed mace. Give me axes. Spears. Axes. Give me two-handed axes. Great axe. Yeah, it would just... I guess it would literally just be a great axe. Let's think. Like... yeah, like a claw would fall... I guess claws would fall under gauntlets, effectively. Because that... there's no damage types, if that makes sense. If there was damage types, then I think I would do that. But there's no damage types. Because the idea... like, if you were to add in, like, oh, there's slashing damage, there's blunt damage, then you could add... you could double this, easy. But there's not any of that. So I'm like, okay, so this is the basic stuff. I feel like I'm missing something. Okay. Let's just work with what we've got here. So, we want to delete row. Type, dagger. Short sword. This is a blade. Blade. Axe. Axe. Blade. Hammer. Hammer. Spear. Spear. I guess it would be pole arm. Okay, so we've got this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sort this alphabetically. Okay, so what we need to do is I'm going to assign extremely arbitrary numbers here, everyone. Just understand that. These are going to be very arbitrary for now. Let's do... No, go away, sticky keys. Let's do like 6 plus BRN, which is 6 plus brawn. Dagger would be... Dagger would be like 2 plus dexterity, maybe? 2 plus brawn. Just flail would be 5 plus brawn, but the idea with it is that it gets the ability to go around shield a lot easier. Gauntlets, if we do the concept of unarmed is just your brawn, a gauntlet is going to be 2 plus brawn, but you get the unarmed skill list. Great axe. You know, these are very, very arbitrary numbers I'm putting down right now. Okay, so we've got our brawn. Okay, we've got our very, very basic stuff. Hands, battle axe 1, dagger 1, flail 1, gauntlets 1. Technically, I guess it would be 1. Great axe would be 2, great sword 2, long sword 1, mace 1, pike 2, short sword 1, spear 1, staff 2, unarmed, NA, warhammer 2, whip 1. Range. Technically, all of this is in melee because we have to keep it. We're keeping this similar for the ranged one we have to do after this. All right. Unless I want to, do I want to associate damage differently? That could be an interesting idea. If we want to do the idea of like dagger has dexterity, no, it would just be brawn there. Like we do something like that, and then we for... Oh shit, I guess we have to add in weight, don't we? I'm gonna have to rewrite this section anyway because we have to add in fatigue. Okay. What did I do for Samada? Because Samada's got a very different way of handling weapons and just combat in general. Case in point. Yeah, it's a very different kind of combat system. Thus, we have quite a few different things to worry about. I guess we do if we put this in here. So if we do mm, 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 oh.
Welcome back to the Academy of Historical Fencing. So we have a spicy one for you today.
Thank you very much for Academy of Historical Fencing for
So the folks at Chronoside Creations who make
That's great. That's cool. Okay, tell me more about. Okay. Hmm.
So anyway, we've got these flails to try out. Obviously they're not full weight, they're designed to be safe in a way that you can make this weapon safe, and they are quite long as well, a bit longer than I would have expected. Yeah, we had something really fun.
Hmm. Hmm. Unless we want to do like mm, I guess the idea would be like with a flail, it's like you don't parry with the flail. That's the idea. You don't parry with it, so I guess like unparryable, or I don't know what the fuck to call it. Gauntlets. Gauntlets don't have anything. The idea is that it's a Brawin. It's just a better version of unarmed. But on the other hand, it's not as good. It's a better version of unarmed. On the other hand, I guess we can do we put stun there, and I guess we would put chop. Great sword, we wouldn't have to worry about that. We can do a switch action on there. Mace, we can do a switch stun. The pike has some motto. What do I have for the pike? Two. Got gory short sword. Switch. We've got the spear. Now, spear's pretty simple. Staff, it's going to get stunned. It's pretty useful. Unarmed is not going to get stunned by default. You're going to get stunned. Whip is going to get parryable as well. We do fatigue. Unless we want to do the idea of, like, we give the whip technically in the flail like, we give that the type is the flail and the whip are technically part of the same category. It's just chain weapons. So the idea of switch is, hey, as with switch, the idea is you can go from one hand to two hand and get a bonus to your damage. It's Dark Souling that shit. That's kind of the basic idea. Technically, you can do that with a short sword. But why would you do that with a short sword when you can just get a long sword and have all the advantages of that? Let's see. I mean, fatigue-wise, if we keep the numbers like 3, 1, 4... 2, 1... Great swords, great axes are just fucking heavy. 3, 3... 5, 2, because that's good in between. Spears are, we'll do 3. Staff is going to be a solid 2. No, we can do 3. Unarmed is going to be 1. Warhammer is going to be a 5, and a whip is going to be 2. Again, we're looking at this very, very basically, in a very basic context. I mean... Okay, you know what? I'm going to call it here. I'm going to call it here because I need to literally hem and haw. And hemming and hawing is not as fun to watch. So I'm going to hem and haw while working on this throughout the night. And I will probably have some emotional revelation. And, you know, so this is going to be the kind of thing I'm going to wake up in the morning being like, holy shit, this is how I do it. Yeah. All right. Godspeed. Good luck. Wednesday we will continue. If I am good and know what I'm doing, I will have written all of this in a fugue state. If things are not good, Wednesday we'll be working on this. We might do a Notepad Must Die on Wednesday, unironically. Just because, see how much we can get done. Because, genuinely speaking, we don't have much left to do. I think that's the funny part. We don't have much left to do in this game. Because, if we, swing all the way up here, we've got the market, we've got the Mask Festival, which isn't as complicated as it looks. Which is just it's just Ludus stuff. It's the Ludus, it's seasonal system, and then the Menagerie, which is we're going to sit here and roll up 20 generic gladiators together, and then we're going to do some predators and how sapiens function. So, like, that's not complicated, that's just time consuming, and I think that would be a fun thing just to sit down and do, maybe on Friday or something. But, yeah, this is kind of stumping me. I had the idea, and it's gone now. Shit.